My name's Amanda Massi, and I've been a stylist for over a decade, and I want to share with you what goes on in my studio, and I'll be covering anything from fashion, style, to beauty. Today, I'm bringing on the most amazing medical esthetician, Brigitte Tolson, and she's going to share with you her approach to skincare and also her product line, Green Chemistry. So let me share with you my outfit of the day. My shoes are by Saint Laurent. They're an amazing platform. I love the rose that's on the toe. These slacks are by Alice and Olivia. The cropped polo, surprise, surprise, is from Forever 21. And this oversized faux fur jacket with a very exaggerated hood is by Alexander Wang. So this is my outfit of the day. I hope it gives you some inspiration on what to wear for your day, but let's get right into it. Let's chat with Brigitte Tolson. I'm sitting here with the most amazing medical esthetician in Los Angeles, Brigitte Tolson. Thank you so much for coming on. I have been coming to you since pre-COVID times.
Yes.
2019-ish?
More innocent
I
times,
should say.
yeah.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
I have been going to Brigitte, who has taken care of my skin more than I could ever thank for. I mean, there's so many things that she's done to my skin that's helped improve it and clear up my acne and really help with fine lines and evening out my skin texture. So I want to start off this interview by talking about how I found Brigitte and why I need a medical esthetician in my life. And so I'd love to hear, when you first met me, how did you decide what treatment would be best?
So I loved that you knew what you wanted and what worked for you. Sometimes when I have a consultation with someone, they tell me what works for them and what doesn't. And sometimes they're wrong. You were actually right. Which I was pleasantly surprised because, you know, we all have these journeys where you're not quite sure what your history is or what somebody was doing for you. But it was wonderful to work with you because I could tell that you really were goal-oriented and wanted to see results and have something ongoing. So I appreciate when people actually want to consult and talk about their needs. And it's more fun for me to customize things too. It's, you know, allows me to be a chemist and mix things up. So I love that we get to do more of a microneedling focus than a chemical peel focus, even though I love chemical peels. So it's been great customizing it and, you know, keeping you young and acne-free forever.
That's what we want.
That's the goal.
That's literally what we want. That is the goal, and that is what Brigitte does. Now, I want to talk about your personal journey. Like, why, out of all the things you could be in life, did you decide on this journey to be a master at skincare and to help other people with their skincare journey?
I think like so many people that get into some sort of healing art, it started in part for my own journey and my own selfish reasons. I had acne growing up. And you kind of have one of two parents. You have parents that are like, we're going to invest in skincare and skin health because this is part of something you need. Yeah. Then you have the parents that are like, that's a beauty issue, you're on your own. So I had the latter. So I just started mixing up stuff from their garden. My dad's English, so the garden's always bigger than the house. And I started making my own formulas and kind of just getting creative from there and treating my own acne. And I actually opened my first day spa when I was 19.
Oh, wow.
So I went to beauty school really young. I knew from a young age that I wanted to be in beauty. I explored different avenues. Like I became a cosmetic surgery tech and did herbalism. So I've explored both the holistic aspect, but also the medical. And it's been great to be able to self-treat, but also help people because I know it affects your mental health too. It's 100%. More than just, you know, the aesthetic.
You have a practice here in Los Angeles, and you've been there for how long now?
So I got my license in 2002, and I started my private practice when I moved back to Los Angeles from Palm Springs in, 2006. So it's been almost 20 years of having like a private practice in West LA.
Yeah, and you can't survive that long unless you're amazing.
This is true. Rent is high. Yeah.
This is true. Yeah, no, rent is high.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on for sure. All right, so I want to talk about your skincare line. I really love it. I love the variety that you have, and I also love the fact that you don't have a lot of, or any chemicals. It's a holistic line called Green Chemistry.
Yeah.
And then you have the Hara Medical line that does have chemical, no, I mean, I'm not using the right word, right?
Cosmeceuticals, yeah. So we work with stem cells, we
Okay.
work with, you know, peptides, and we incorporate things that are proven ingredients that may have been developed in a lab. I'm very much science focused and based on facts. So I think there's benefit to both going very holistic, but also advancing with medical science too, so long as it's, proven results and safe for your body, of course.
Yeah, having a good combination of the two.
For sure.
Okay, talk to me about green chemistry, about these 3 products and their
So
biggest
green
benefits.
chemistry actually started because I wanted to create products for my own clients that were exclusive. I was really unhappy with sort of the holistic brands. I felt like there was a lot of marketing to make things sound holistic, but a lot of the ingredients out there, the way they were derived or the way they were extracted weren't really beneficial. And I started working with some Ayurvedic doctors up in Washington and Oregon, and it kind of grew from there. So the first thing I made was a serum. It was going to be proprietary line just for my clients, and then I started just making a website for it. I managed to connect with a great photographer who does photography for Tom Ford, for Chanel Beauty, and Chanel Beauty caught wind of it, and then they sent it to Vogue, and we got into British Vogue, and it kind of just grew from there. And I was like, oh, maybe I should actually make products for everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, these right here are some of my favorites. These are our top 2 sellers. Have to look at what that is. So Nightlight, I'm obsessed with this cream. All the plant butters that we select, we do so through steam distillation. So you're preserving all the natural nutrients in it. We use rosemary, we use vitamin E to preserve it. So it actually is pretty shelf stable and lasts a while.
Okay.
And all the plant butters are considered non-comedogenic. So even though it has this dense texture, your skin just gobbles it up, which is wonderful. It's also safe around the eye, which I love because I'm a lazy person at night like most of us. So if I can put it on everything, it's great. Daily Detox I love because it empowers my clients in between facials. The big superstar in this product is the enzymes in it. They're living microorganisms that eat dead protein, which is the primary component of clogged pores. So it helps basically soften up all that debris so everything slides out nicely. It eliminates some of the extractions. There's some really cool ingredients I did not expect my chemist to put in it. There's actual amber in it, like the resin. It's got rosemary in it. It's got avocado, all sorts of ingredients, and it smells amazing too. There's geranium and actual chamomile flowers in it as well. So it's yummy and it works.
This is my favorite.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. All right, let's talk about this last product that you have.
So Phyto Glow, I love alpha hydroxy acids because they are one of the 2 best ingredients for collagen stimulation, and of course we're trying to stay young forever. So I wanted something that was a perfect blend that was really focused on brightening because that's everyone's concern, and it's a very challenging aspect of skincare because melanocytes are in the deepest layer of your cell structure. So it's truly the hardest thing to lift up is sun damage, is scarring. So we have lactic acid, which is the most hydrating of the alpha hydroxy acids. And then we put a ton of kojic acid in it, which is the most brightening. A lot of companies shy away from it because it turns the product brown. A lot of people don't like that, but I was like, you know what? I want this to work, and my clients love it. It's also an base of cucumber, and it's got Spanish lavender and vitamin C from tangerine. So it smells nice too.
Yeah.
She's pretty as well. It's just a perfect alpha hydroxy acid. So kind of preps the skin for this or any other sort of, cream or serum you want to put on afterwards.
So Phyto Glow you want to use first, and then Nightlight you want to use after.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So we have Hair Medical here. What's the biggest difference between green chemistry and this product?
So there are some overlapping chemists that work on this. Some of my chemists in Arizona that make green chemistry do work with my chemist in Italy that largely formulates for this. So with these products, we're still basing this around a lot of plant butters, a lot of organic farming. As cliche as it sounds, we do work with a winery out in Italy. So a lot of stuff with, the grape seeds, a lot of stuff that involves resveratrol and things like that. I'm obsessed with this eye cream. I spent a very long time doing trial and error with it. Not only is it airless packaging where you pump it out, but this size, it's a 1.7 ounce, which is about 6 times what you would get from your typical eye cream size.
Yeah, no, this is huge.
Yeah.
For an eye cream, like massive.
Part of the reason I wanted that to be the case was it has 2 different peptides in it that are patented that produce a Botox-like effect. So I wanted people to feel comfortable using a pretty hefty amount, especially like through the brows and up here.
Right.
We also intentionally don't have anything in it that is comedogenic, even though it is like a nice dense texture. So what I love about that is that you can really kind of get it anywhere you have muscle contraction wrinkles, and it's just unparalleled in terms of results and hydration without being too heavy or something that gets in your eye either.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've seen too with eye products is your face heats up, your body temperature heats up, and it starts to migrate, and then it makes your skin, or makes your eyes, irritated because the product is actually coming into your eye when your body temperature heats up. So finding a product that doesn't move, it stays in place, is so key for an eye cream.
Absolutely.
How long do you think you have to use that to see a difference?
I noticed it in a couple days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's CoQ10 in it. There's a concentrated green tea in it. I put some retinol in it. Anything that was going to be effective and safe. We did a lot of trialing with, more delicate skin to make sure it works. Because an eye cream is something I really want to see results from. And I feel like a lot of stuff out there is marketed as being really amazing, but they go very soft on the ingredients. And again, we're trying to stay young forever. So I wanted something that was really going to stand out and be something that was going to make a difference.
So it's so great to learn about green chemistry and hair medical. And you explained what those products do, but I think the biggest difference between these two products is holistic and chemical. Not saying one is better than the other, but I think it depends on your skin type. So how can you help people decide which is the best route for them?
So an interesting misconception is a lot of people think, oh, I have sensitive skin, I need all natural products, but our body is much more likely to have a histamine response to something it recognizes. So the natural products sometimes can be a gamble in terms of I'm going to have an inflammatory reaction or something like that. So oftentimes I will go into this line more for somebody who is sensitive because we do have some safe synthetics and things that are truly hypoallergenic in it. The big difference I would say is oftentimes marketing with a lot of these things because nature also makes poison ivy and mosquitoes, which we were complaining about earlier offset. And there are safe synthetics out there too. There are a lot of things that are, well tested and really deliver results too. So I like a blend of both. The big difference really is just what your skin responds best to, and that's something to sort of explore. I respond best to a blend of both. Some people do well with retinol, some don't. That's why we use a liposomal tretinoin retinol, so you get a very time release effect from it, so you can still do a strong retinol without the irritation of the prescription.
Wow. I mean, you've clearly put so much thought into your products and just the amount of research and scientific approach. You just stand out just on those foundations alone. And then you add on your technique on top of that. I mean, finding an esthetician like you is like literally a godsend, especially when you have your own products. Because then you stand behind them, and then it really matters what you do at home.
Yeah.
Too. It's like you can see a medical esthetician a couple times a month, but if you're not taking care of your skin at home with quality products, what are you really doing?
It's like seeing a personal trainer and eating donuts for breakfast every morning.
It's the best way
it's
to
not.
put it.
Yeah, it's not the way. Because I would love to do both personally.
Likewise.
Yeah. I would definitely say I feel fortunate that I work with such incredible chemists who really understand the science and chemistry. There's such a benefit to talking to the clients that are using the products and getting their feedback and seeing it visibly that you're not going to get as a chemist if you're working in a lab, and understanding, what people are looking for in terms of texture and things like that, and just, the overall presentation of it too. I want these products to look nice. I want people to want to have it on their vanity and 100%. Not stuffed away in a shelf where they forget about it.
Yeah, for sure. It needs to be front of center, front of mind every day so that it becomes a habit and routine.
Yeah,
definitely. So coming on the tail end of the interview, I always want to give 2 red flags to people watching on what should they look out for that's a negative, like a big don't go here, if they're looking to work with a medical esthetician.
So an interesting thing that has happened in recent years is that, particularly in California, our state board has limited how many hours you need to get your license. So I think it is important to see someone who has been licensed a while. I think it's important to make sure that it's somebody who's not trying to immediately convert you to whatever product line is making them money and hear you out. I think you want the relationship to feel comfortable where you can give them feedback and not feel like they're dominating anything. And somebody who's receptive to learning. I am constantly going to seminars. I'm constantly taking classes. I'm constantly learning. I'm always a student. I don't think you're ever done learning what you need to. So I would say, avoid people that are know-it-alls, but also avoid people that are fresh out of school, and kind of find someone that you vibe with, who you feel has integrity. that is willing to grow with you.
Yeah, well, that's really great advice
Yeah.
to share, and I really appreciate you coming on here and talking about your practice and your products. Now, tell everyone how they can find you and how they can book a consultation.
It's easy to find me. I have a weird name, so BrigitteTolson.net is my website, and you can click schedule an appointment through there. My phone number's on there, so you can text me. You can also call me as well, and I'm on Instagram. So if you look up Brigitte Tolson or Instagram.com/Brigitte Tolson, the green chemistry products along with Hara are all on greenchemistryinc.com. Also very easy to find, and I love being reachable. I love people texting me and wanting to consult with me first. So you can always reach out to me directly. Once you find my phone number, happy to talk to you about your skincare needs. So love to meet new people and help everybody stay, as I said, young and beautiful forever.
Young forever.
Yeah.
The fountain of youth. Brigitte Tolson, the fountain of youth. I'm going to have all of her information in the description of this video, so it's even easier to find her, book your consultation, chat with her about your skincare needs, and she will design what is appropriate for you and also lead you into the direction on what products are going to amplify her amazing treatments. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
This is my first interview of 2025, year 2 of YouTube, and I'm just so elated that you're here, and thank you so much for taking care of my skin and coming on to talk about your amazing products and just your amazing self. Like, you're such a master of your craft.
Keep talking.
And I just am so glad people got to learn about you today.
Thank you. I
Thank you
am
so
too.
much.
Thank you for having me.